some keratin glue, a TinyWhoop frame, a broken TinyWhoop frame. Hey, have you ever been out flying and you have that, oops, things went wrong fast. And if you do this enough, you will find that you break the struts that are around the little hoops on the TinyWhoop frame. And I'm going to show you a way to fix the frame that I learned from Benedikt. And there'll be two links in the video description. One, you can find where to get the keratin glue, and the other is where Benedikt references using the keratin glue. What you'll find that the frame breaks at these little struts around the hoops after several crashes. I disassembled the entire frame just so that I could weigh before and after and get an idea of how much weight this is adding. So 3.2, 3.3 grams before. This silly scale, I usually weigh it a couple of times to try to get a consistent weight. So here's the keratin glue, and I decided to cut off little chunks to try to adhere to the frame. This was my first attempt. I don't recommend this actually. So when you clip in the frame to your holder, if you're not careful with your heat gun, you can actually kind of warp the frame a bit. So I don't recommend this at all, even though I'm showing it. This is how I thought I would do it. I'll show you another method here in just a second that I think is a little bit better. So this method where the quad is just laying flat on a flat surface, I think makes this job a little bit easier. And here's an example of that. Benedikt talks about these this keratin glue is reinforcing the frame, and you can actually, he recommends putting it on the outside brackets, and so there you go. I actually just did the ones that were broken. I figured I could come back and do this again afterwards, but I wanted to get an idea of how much weight it was going to add. And so the finished product, 3.3 grams. So approximately a gram that it added, plus or minus half a gram, the silly scale. I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, you should subscribe, and that way you get a notification the next video that I produce out of the hopper. Happy flying!